Well, good morning, SMF MMTs. Markets opened. It's right now 10:07 a.m. We've had directional movements in Apple Computer with the SMF platform right here. We've had the 325 call, which is deep in the money. And part of what the MMTs are learning is how there is diminishing price yield within the options market maker market, and that the actual dollar price movement up or down is very, very tight in how much premium they're giving back once you enter your move. And that means contraction. Hold. Price action. The bull sits over here on the side for the MMTs. And we've already talked about this with you. So the reason why we're doing this is that you can see if you have a $350 put option here. So when Apple made the highs and it went down and made the lows, you had to go that deep in the money on a 350 put just to get this kind of yield. So it closes at 890, it drops the nickel to 885, and then the high is 9.75. Okay. So when Apple was falling, the MMTs want this trade here. They want to short Apple as well, so they're getting paid twice. And they want to short the bull because the bull will go down. Vice versa, when Apple has the breakouts, you would want to be just the opposite. You'd want to be right here buying the 325 call in the money relative to the price print. It's about almost $15 in the money here, but look at the amount of yield you're getting. 220 to 2140 for that deep in the money. Okay? And when you would want to be long Apple, you want to be buying wholesale over here at the time, and the TQQQ, the bull, you want to be long because that's 21% weighted over here, really. Well, it's tied to the Nasdaq 100, as you all know, MMTs. The important thing is that using your platform, which is important, MMTs, you want to know that the directional movement, even on your execution of using instruments like the 350 put below here, the 325 call deep in the money, and using the bull long and short right along with Apple, and then applying the call and these put options right here. So you can take a look, MMTs, as I said earlier, it's about how the premium theft, in my view, the premium action, which is the price action and deep in the money calls and puts, that the yields that they're yielding from their low to the high and their low to that high. Then we're going to take a look at from the high how much of the premium that they steal on that way down. They're not given much of anything when Apple is reversing right here in the charts. You can see right here in the 3-minute, 29 cents a teeny. So it's a sideways movement, so the call and the puts are going to move sideways. The moral to it, MMTs, is that is deep in the money on the call side, and this is deep in the money on the put side, and the yields on the premiums have diminished significantly in price action within the pricing structure of the options market. Relative to when we look at the actual name itself, Apple Computer, as we can clearly see in our platform that when we have the breakdowns, the teeny down lines of the kind of yield that they're given to the put option, by understanding that. And the thing about it is, that's a 350 put, and that's all the yield you're getting, printing at 925 by 30. 75 pennies is a high. Now, if we were to reverse here, MMTs, and really break down right here in that reversal action right now, let's take a look at half bar. Look at the half bar, 344.43. How nice that is, at 29 cents a teeny. So basically, I'm burning. Here, let's take a look at the bigger brain. Wow, my gauge just popped down. That's getting weak. Wow, IR went that way. Uh-oh, current ratio dropped to 0.17. That's right here. Also, let's take a look at this mini brain. So if Apple breaks down, then what's going to happen is we're going to see how much yield they want to give to that 350 put here and now. The call is on the 325 call deep in the money. What that reversal is, how much premium are they going to steal out of the bid? Are they going to disappear? That means they walk away. Let's see what's, or is everybody lined? Everyone lined at 20.50. There's a 20-cent spread. So what the MMTs are learning is when they're back over here again, when you're back over here again, you want to know what kind of yield you're getting off of that directional movement. Are they going to still yield here in the bid on the calls and add to the premium? It's deep in the money, and it can still break those highs as long as we keep breaking down this way. We are breaking down a teeny, 29 cents. Notice MMTs, they're still holding that bid. What will happen at times, they can all disappear. And they could lower the bid, let's say 1980 or 1970, if you were to do like a drop below the teeny line. However, the most important thing that you want to know, MMTs, is that in the brain, that the teeny contraction also is less price volatility as well. And less price volatility in our brain, and that means that these yields are going to trade differently intraday. So basically, you're very tight at the 325 in the call and the money. Generally, the deeper the call, you are in the money. And if it does, see right now, we're going to teeny up, MMTs. One teeny up, and your prices are rising in the 325 call. Now, let's see how much they're taking out of the put. 915 by 930. That's deep in the money, so they're holding that right there. So the yield is coming down off of the high MMT, and this yield here has found support right here in your platform at this teeny action line. Okay, so you can just sit here and go right through with the premiums, and the moral to the premium theft is look at how deep in the money I'm trading a 325 call, and that's all the yield I'm getting based on the price action movement over here. This 350 put, it's real deep in the money. There's no inflating these prices at all. The prices are diminishing, and price action deep in the money in the 350 put. 25 by 35. Here, we're going to close this out. You can see how we teenied down there and teenied right back up, and we're below 55 here. And if we go below 45 there, we're going to go lower. I'm going to conclude with the MMTs that you would want to be shorting this when Apple goes down. And when Apple goes up, you would want to be long this TQQ bull. And you would want to work these two instruments as well on each directional price action MMT movements that you get.